Alright.
Welcome to the ultimate Cobra build, you poisonous bastards. Idea for this build was given to me by a viewer called The Dirty Dango. He gave me an idea that I should try a build with Cobra Strikes that is part of Snakeskin Grimoire. So I took that idea and brought it to an OP level that will destroy everyone around you. With a couple of tweaks, some nice items and alchemy skill, this build is truly an OP one. This is the build, no subclass wizard so that we can use Snake's Grimoire and also Monk Nalpagza as a subclass. Monk is a good choice because it gives us opportunity to use crush damage with our fists if our enemies are immune to pierce damage that we're doing from Cobra Strikes Conjured Weapon. Now Pagza Monk works fantastic with this because we're gonna use alchemy anyway, since alchemy boosts a lot of skills that we're using. So while we're boosting our skills, we can also boost our stats through drugs. Race, go for whatever you want. Heart Orlan is a good choice because of hit to crit conversion rate if target is also being threatened by a teammate. But really, it's optional. This build is OP anyway. Stats should look like this. Maxed out might, maxed out dexterity, perception can be put somewhere around 14-15, intellect, same thing, from 13 to 15. Resolve can be dumped completely. I'm not maxing out perception and intelligence simply because I'm gonna use Ripple Sponge Drug that boosts perception, intellect and resolve at once. Alchemy obviously as our active skill. Now these are all the skills that are being boosted through alchemy. Dripping Fangs from Spider Silk Robe, you can see the increase in level. Alchemy is accounted into this 300% boost. Same goes for Toxic Coils from the helm that we're using. Next to that, we also get boost with Noxious Burst attack and also with Malignant Cloud. From wizard abilities, the ones that you need are Fit and Smart, infused with Vital Essence. This one you don't need because you have it in Snake's Grimoire, so don't take Merciless Gaze. Expose vulnerabilities is always useful. Langrand Safeguard. Before you get to Langrand Safeguard, go for Langrand's Displaced Image. You can combine Langrand's Displaced Image with Iron Skin to become really tanky. When you get to Safeguard, then I would recommend that you retrain character and spend these 2 points for something else, something passive. From passives, the ones that are a must are 2 weapon style, because these Cobra Strikes that we're using are actually dual wield. Combat Focus, Spirit of Decay, Rapid Casting, Improved Critical, and that's it. These ones are a must. If you want, you can also take Martial Caster to increase action speed when you're trying to summon a weapon spell, which Cobra Strikes are. Uncanny Luck is also an optional thing, I always go for it. And that's it from Wizard tree. From Monk ability tree, the things that you need are Swift Strikes upgraded to Lightning Strikes, so that we get additional shock damage. I don't think this works with Cobra Strikes, so that's why I did not go with it. Still need confirmation on that, but both of these choices are nice, provided that Swift Flurry works with Cobra Strikes. Duality of Mortal Presence upgraded to Turning Wheel. Although it says that you will only get proportional fire damage bonus to melee damage, you will also receive that burn damage bonus with Cobra Strikes. So this is a good upgrade to add to the damage done. The last one that we need is Flagellant's Path. This serves as an old charge attack because it gives us full attack when charging, and we have 2 Cobra Strikes equipped. They count as 2 weapon style. So we're gonna do damage with both of them. Very powerful move. From passive ones, go for Lesser Wounds. We will get wounds at increased rate. It works with Turning Wheel and Duality of Mortal Presence because we get bonuses based on the number of wounds that we have. From the rest of the passives, I suggest Soul Mirror, Rooting Pain. I don't know if Enervating Blows work with Cobra Strikes, I don't think so, but it will work with Fists. Go for Heartbeat Drumming as well, same thing, this does not work with Cobra Strikes, but it works with Fists. So when an enemy is immune to Cobra Strikes, just smash them with Fists. This will help in that situation. I'm using here some specific items that cannot be obtained early on, but they are just bonus to the build. It does not mean that the build will not work without them. One of these items is called Spider Silk Robe. It gives you as an upgrade +2 to all poison power levels, which is something we are using. And also you get that Dripping Fangs that I've already told you about. When you put this on one target, they will die from raw damage over time. I mean, just look at this. This is 50 raw damage every 3 seconds for 39 seconds. So what that means is if you put that on one enemy, they will die over time. No one can survive this. Next good item for this build is called Mask of the Grotto Deep. It grants you Toxic Coils, which is amazing AoE skill that is also being boosted by Alchemy skill. It's only one per rest, unfortunately, but it's still a powerful one. You also get Deadly Acumen additional effect that increases intellect and +1 to all power levels for all poison keyword abilities, which we are using. Spider Silk Robe can be obtained on Splintered Reef. This is the island over here. I'm not sure when we can access Splintered Reef because by default you cannot get to this point. I think it's part of a quest line. I did not get to that point, so I cannot help you there, but it is located definitely on Splintered Reef. Mask of the Grotto Deep can be found on Sayuka, over here. It's part of Royal Deathfire Company quest. Snakeskin Grimoire is the one that we need because of this nasty skill. It counts as a 2-weapon style. Cool thing is we also get Martial Power, Malignant Cloud and Noxious Burst. Everything that we need in one grimoire. Except Safeguard, but we can put point into that, so it's not a problem. This grimoire can be obtained in Neketaka in Queen's Birth. Seller is called Sansa. It is in that building Sansa's Map Emporium that gives you this quest, mapping the Archipelago Port May. Whatever. As for weapons, you don't need to use anything. Your fists are a great alternative to Cobra Strike. I've also added Apothecary's Gloves to increase alchemy and Belt of Alchemy that also increases alchemy. Ring of the Marksman also works with Cobra Strikes, so it's a nice thing to have. As for the drug, we're gonna use Ripple Sponge. At this level, look at the benefits. 9 Perception, 9 Resolve, 9 Intellect. That's why we did not have to go overboard with points into Perception, Resolve and Intellect. I'm gonna show you 2 ways how to play this. This is auto attack mode with a couple of abilities that we use. First, you start by infusing yourself with Vital Essence and then putting Merciless Gaze. After that, you summon Nanassin's Cobra Strike. Here I summoned Langran Safeguard, but I fucked it up. If you want to go with auto attack mode with this particular playstyle, then you need Martial Power, not Safeguard. After you summon Nanassin's Cobra Strikes, then you go into Martial Power mode. That way you will receive lots of bonuses and you already have Cobra weapons summoned. This is how the stats look like with Ripple Sponge and Martial Power combined. Really powerful. Now it's all up to you what you want to do from here on out. You can use Flagellant's Path to do nasty amount of damage to everyone that you hit on your path, or you can maybe use Dripping Fangs to kill one enemy over time, or use Toxic Coils. Everything works. Everything is extremely powerful. Spamming Flagellant's Path is also an option, since it works the same as a charge attack. Raw damage over time that you do with Cobra Strikes is also very nice. It ticks for about 16 damage at this level per couple of seconds. Now I've used Dripping Fangs on one ooze over there and you can see damage over time kicking in. With Dripping Fangs, as I've said earlier, enemy will die over time. There's no way they will survive this with this setup. Second way of playing this is like a mage, a typical one. Infuse yourself with Vital Essence, put Merciless Gaze, put Safeguard, this time not Martial Power, because spell casting is disabled while Martial Power is active, and then summon Cobras. Now put Expose Vulnerabilities on your enemies and use Malignant Cloud plus Noxious Burst. That will kill everything. That would be all for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you all soon.
Here's some fight is mine.